If you've never been to any of these stores before, if you ever want to know what sneaker shopping is like in Melbourne, there's a little bit of that. So we're on the way to Melbourne. I hit the boys up and made a post. I'm like, yo, what's the weather like? What are we talking about? They said today is literally the coldest day. So great time to rock up. Went and bought a beanie. Got the puffer out. Is this overkill? Let me know. I mean, from what they're talking, I feel like I'm gonna need this. I was walking around in Newcastle today in shorts and t-shirts, so we'll see. I may get there feeling super overdressed. I got a jumper on underneath. I may not. Like, we're flying out at 7 o'clock, something like that. So I'll get there like around 9 PM. So that's when it starts getting real cold. So we'll see. But definitely gonna be doing a bit of sneaker shopping. We'll see who we run into. I'm there to go to a hip hop event. But there'll be a lot of shopping. We'll definitely get content. So first time with this camera, doing a big trip. So let's see how we go. Hey, what up and welcome to another episode of Creased. Now, today's episode is part 1 of 2. We headed down to Melbourne over the last, say, not quite a week, a little bit more than a weekend. And usually when I do trips like this, I will make the most of it. It's purely for content, all this type of thing. This was not the case. I was going down for a hip hop event, hanging out with some mates, all that type of stuff, and essentially we'll try and get some content on the way. But because it was primarily for this hip hop event, I had nothing planned, no collection videos, no nothing. There was no sneaker events that I knew of, and I didn't drive down like I usually do. We're flying in and out. We're doing it proper, all this. I don't need to take as much gear as I usually do. So, let's do that. Let's go.
Seven hours later.
So I flew in Thursday night, get there about 9 PM, and literally straight away we're on the drink. Probably carried on a little bit too much, more than say I thought I did, because the next day I was pretty dusty. And what's funny is, like, when I finally got my ass into gear, I was like, ah man, my watch needed to charge. While I do that, I was on my phone, then I go down this rabbit hole on TikTok, and then now my phone needs to charge. So I didn't actually get out of the house till like 4:30 PM on the Friday, and obviously it was chaos. But we had it in anyway. A little bit dusty from last night, but let's go shopping. I'm gonna take this with me. I'm just gonna Uber into the city, and I'm not sure what the plan is, but we'll see some things. Alright, this is the test. Will I get away with shorts? It's cool, but like, it's not cold. Everyone was telling me how crazy cold it is in Melbourne. It's not that bad. I'll be fine. Nobody come at me for the Jordan shorts with the New Balance, because like, these are my most comfy shits. Alright, let's go shopping. What a view. Got the Uber coming.
Doors closing. Elevator going down.
I went with shorts. Probably a bad idea, though. Let's see. nothing really catching my fancy. Let's keep going. So there was a lot sitting, but just nothing really I was interested in. So, I don't know, man. There's plenty of stuff to wear, like, you know, the UNC lows are nice. The UNC 2s, lows. The Craft 5s are really, really nice, but I don't know, just not for me. And, or maybe they are, I don't know. If they ever go on special, they probably become for me. But what's crazy seeing at the moment is this 2000s era of ASICs come to light. It started off with the Nimbus and a bunch of other stuff. Now we're seeing Kayano, 1130, 21s, and all this. To me, it's weird because I was in retail when these styles were coming out. Same with the Vomero. Seeing them with the Vomero, it's not so much because there's a point of difference, right, within the style. But the way ASICs was essentially marketed to be sold was like good, better, best. So you had Kayano, which is the best. You take some bits and pieces off that, but the design's much the same. You get the 2100, then it goes to the 1100. So now when I see them doing hype collabs on 1100s and 2100s, this makes no sense to me. Plus, I supinate, so Nimbus has always been my thing. I can't really wear Kayano's 1100s, 2100s either. So maybe it's a little bit of hate on both, but for me it's just weird. It's super weird. Like, I get it with the Kayano using, that was your flagship model, but it just doesn't make sense to me in the 21 and the 1100. Excuse me a little bit nasally, it was a big weekend. But we checked out all the retail stores, well, not all of them, I missed a couple, and there wasn't anything really there. I got a little bit of tax money back. I've sold a few pairs recently too, so I thought maybe we'll hit the resale stores. Maybe. We'll see what's there.
It was the
first day of shopping, we went all the retail stores, all the big hitters, Supply, Nike, Jordan, Hype, Foot Locker. I want to say another Foot Locker, and then what did we do? Leardo. Went to Kicks TW, but they were shot, and Culture Kings. Right, pretty good. I missed a couple spots, but we make up for that in video 2. No pickups on the first day. Look, June, early July are usually pretty slow, unless, you know, there's something crazy in the sales, but nothing at the moment. I was on the lookout for a couple of things. If I see it, you know, we'll see what happens. But yeah, like I said, this trip was mainly about, you know, another part of my life, which is music. So going down, it just so happened that my friend's bar was hosting this hip hop event. I know the host, I know the owner of the bar, I know competitors, I know people that are going to be there. I'm like, why not? What better excuse to be down in Melbourne? Plus, if you've never been to any of these stores before, if you ever want to know what sneaker shopping is like in Melbourne, there's a little bit of that. So, stay tuned. Only one episode this week. I was exhausted, man, after all the travel. But there will be another episode next week with part 2. Going into probably one of the best, if not the best, resale stores in Australia. I would say, you know, I'm not much to be paying resale, that sort of thing, but it is crazy to see these collections curated. So, there's that. But this has been another episode of Creased. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We'll be back twice a week. Peace.